Woohoo! Greetings, biological organisms. Ooh, that is a little loud. Let's go to options. Turn that music down. Yeah? Probably. Alright, I mean, I love harpsichord as much as the next guy, but... Rogue Tower! Oh, well, let's not forget our friends. Alright, we're welcoming Third Rail TV, who's followed... That's me, it's me. I started another channel. It's going to be me being your annoying uncle at Thanksgiving. No. It's going to be me talking about news items, philosophical perspectives, perspectives on politics, civics, and probably a whole lot of pointing out what I view as corruption and bad incentives in the economy, in politics, and social media. You just, so much goes back to bad incentives. But we're here for games today. So if you want to follow on Third Rail TV and catch up with that later, then that's fine as well. Also have the Third Rail YouTube channel, which everything will be archived on. And you can find the link to that in Discord. I'm pretty sure. If not, ask me in Discord, and I will definitely set you up with the link. All right. So also we had iPoker V, iPoker Face, and we'll probably be playing tanks after I pick the first grader up from the bus stop in about 3.5 hours. But it won't be a long show because I've got work tonight and I've got to try to take a nap. Also, Rex S6 Heat. I can't even read this. There we go. Heat No Skill with the follow, who rated us 9 days ago. So thanks to Heat for that. Night Warrior 84, Probably Tasty, B-Ted 72, Costa Arta 1, our friend from Greece, Sonar Chief Charity Bot 1, who was a sort of a troll, spamming the chat, and big thanks to Flanawoke with the Tier 1 subscription. Always appreciate those votes of confidence. All right, so what is Rogue Tower? If you've seen a tower defense game, this is basically that. So you've got a list of monsters. Well, before we get to that, you start with one square, and then each round you expand out one square, which starts a new wave. It also lets you recoup some of your rents or taxes later. You build defensive towers along the path that enemies will be approaching you from. You can start with a single path, dual path, like right here we can see there are two paths coming out of this tower. Enemies get to the tower, they hurt your health drops to 0, game over. I'm not sure about 2-path and 3-path, but with single path, if you beat level 45, you beat the game. So each round you expand out, and it's procedurally generated, I believe. It may be randomized at the beginning, and it's just waiting for you to unlock it. But it seems to be procedurally generated. Either way, it's random. So you have your small monsters, and then you have increasingly stronger monsters coming at you. They each have health. Where's an example? Armor. And I don't think any of them in this section have shield. So this zombie has shield. So health shows up on the bar as green, armor shows up as yellow, and the shield shows up as gray. And some creatures, when they die, like this battering ram, for instance, spawn sub-enemies, which are usually earlier in that part of the tree. So as we start off, we're mostly just going to get orcs and goblins and battering rams, and then once we get to probably like level 5 or 10, I haven't paid attention, it's we start getting undead, vampires, skeletons, ghosts, and then later on we'll get the tank bot, kill bot, demon, and imp. I'm not sure what mythos that's from. And then cranial carnivore, observer, and hovering portal. Now, cranial carnivore, if you're familiar with the mind flare from Dungeons and Dragons, is it an homage? Is it a ripoff? I don't know, but that's what it is. Observer is a berserker. When the observer dies, the eye stalks come at you much faster. Something else to keep in mind is that some things regenerate. So like this observer has a shield regeneration of 300 per second and health regeneration of 300 per second, but it does not have any armor. And then there are also boss levels where a huge boss will come out as well. We don't have stats on those. There are basically 3 damage types: standard, poison, and flame. Standard has the possibility of creating bleed damage. If a enemy is bleeding, then it can't regenerate health. If an enemy is on fire, it can't regenerate armor. And if it's poisoned, it can't regenerate shields. So it behooves you to keep them bleeding, burning, and poisoned. Some are faster than others, like this bat is really annoying because you have something like this vampire that's going along and you're slowly whittling its life bar down, and then when it dies, 1 or more bats spring up, and so the vampire is speed 1.75 and the bat is 3.6 speed, but it feels like it's well more than, it feels like it's 3 or 4 times as fast as the vampire. Some creatures can be hasted or slowed down, and then I think that is here. Yeah, health and armor. So green, yellow, and gray, or periwinkle, whatever you want to call that. It looks gray to me in the game. Enemy hit points come in the form of health, armor, shield. Hey, this sounds like what I just read. Each block of... so in early levels, each block here represents 100 hit points. In later levels, like here we go, 16 plus, each block represents 1,000 hit points and 10,000 hit points for all the bosses. Fortification and haste. Enemies can fortify and haste themselves. I haven't really noticed fortification. Apparently that's what this bar here is. And they also have haste. I've noticed these bars. I never really paid attention to what they were doing, and I don't know what causes enemies to be fortified or hasted. Something does it, though. You tell me. Comments, please. They are welcome. And then we have a slow bar here, which we will be seeing a lot of, which obviously slows creatures down. Maybe that's part of the reason that the vampires seem so much slower than the bats, is because the vampire is getting slowed down by towers as it comes through the path. And then when the bat spawns, it doesn't have any slow on it until it has things putting slow on it. So, yeah. Enemies can fortify and haste themselves and their allies, and your towers can slow them. Hasted and slowed enemies move faster or slower depending on how hasted or slowed they are. Fortified enemies take -5 base damage for as long as they are fortified. So there's a bar here, and I believe it grows and shrinks. So I don't know if as long as it's on, it's -5. I think that's the case. And if we look at the monster manual again, it'll probably show which monsters can haste and possibly under what circumstances. Damage over time. DOT icons, a display if an enemy is bleeding, burning, or poisoned. It also displays how much bleed, burn, or poison damage they have accrued. This value is the amount of damage they will take slowly over time. However, enemies only take full damage over time against the right type of hit points. Bleed is effective. Okay, so, well, let's just read it. Bleed is effective against health, burn is effective against armor, and poison is effective against shield. Enemies take half damage from DOTs against the wrong hit point, or the wrong damage type. Enemies who are bleeding, burning, or poisoned also take additional +1 health, armor, or poison damage, respectively. So, these icons will show up, the red blood drop, the orange fire, and the purple poison, skull and crossbones. And then there'll be a number under there. And the way I'm reading this is this number goes up while the bleed damage is being increased, or it's more like the potential. And then this ticks back down, and it comes off of the life bar. That seems to be the case. If we go back into the monster manual again, let's look at something like the vampire. Maybe I should get my big fat head out of the way. Children of the Night vampire stalk forth in their pageantry. Vampires do not any form in their pageantry. Vampires do not any form of armor. However, their cursed powers give them unnatural vitality and an uncanny ability to regenerate. When in danger, a vampire will transform into it. When it dies, it transforms into a bat. So I don't see anything. Similar resistances. What about down here? Demon. When their internal defenses are depleted, they will use this aptitude to fortify the spirits of all around them. So the way I'm reading that is when a demon dies, creatures within a certain distance of it will get that 5 extra damage mitigation. And it appears to be damage mitigation. I don't know how else to figure that into the game. Tower Master's Guide. We just looked at that, yeah. And then upgrades. I've got basically all the upgrades that I want. On the right side, these are things you accrue XP for playing. Up here we've got 7150 because I bought everything that I wanted to, and I'm still accruing XP. So basically, there's a section for each type of tower and the upgrades that are available for each type of tower. Most of these, you unlock it here, and then it comes up, has the potential to come up in the game at the end of a level as something you can unlock. Now, if there's only 45 levels, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 types of towers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, almost 20, 20 upgrades for each one. You're not going to be able to upgrade all of them. And it's randomized. You don't always get what you want. You don't always get the towers you want. You don't always get the upgrades you want for the towers you have. So it's just, you play the cards you're dealt. Kind of literally. So we have a ballista, which is the basic tower. Every tower, each successive tower you buy, the cost goes up to place an additional tower. So you do want a variety of towers. Some towers are better than others at other things. But one of the best things about ballistas is they're cheap, yes, but they also have the ability, if you get frost bolts. I never use these mana bolts. I don't see frost bolts here, so it may be... No, well, I don't know. I don't know why it's not here, because it is one of the things you unlocked. Oh, here we go. Frostbolt 1 and 2. So all ballistas slow enemies for 5% of the damage dealt. So however much damage it is dealing, the enemy gets a 5% slowdown. So you kind of need your ballistas to level up. And towers do level up. You can level them up with the gold that you're earning, or they level up based on the damage that they do. If they do shield damage, then they are getting shield XP, so that they, once they get enough, they automatically upgrade a level and do more shield damage. Same goes for armor, same goes for health. So whatever damage they're doing is where they upgrade the most. But I love these frostbolts for slowing enemies, because when you slow enemies down, they spend more time on the path, and more towers get more chances to do more damage. So ballistas are great for Frostbolt, if nothing else. I think Frostbolt is basically a must-have. Mortar. These, in the end-of-game stats, these tend to be the best bang for the buck. Long range. They hit with an area of effect. And you have upgrades. All of these have upgrades for health, armor, and shield. So, but yeah, I don't. We'll see. The mortars tend to be very valuable. You can upgrade their distance, their area of effect, which I find is really useful for taking out groups more effectively, or whittling down groups more effectively, as well as the shells tend not to be perfectly accurate, so if they miss, they can still do their damage if their blast radius is big enough. Kind of like artillery in World of Tanks. Alright, Tesla coils. I don't love these. These are a localized area of effect. Anything that comes by them in the path will take damage. They tend to... I don't know. I've got the impression that they are good against shields. Well, it says right here, good versus shield, weak versus armor. So I tend to put them early in the path at a choke point and crank up the shield damage on them, and hope that anything that comes in range will be taking shield damage. But you got to understand that they're probably not going to be doing a lot of armor damage. Get standard upgrades for those. And if we come up here, so I don't use those a lot. They're not bad per se, but I don't find a lot of value. Frost Keep, the main reason I like Frost Keeps is because they slow enemies down when they're in range. Use mana to create... Oh, mana is another thing. Use mana to create a blizzard which slows nearby enemies for 50% of the damage it deals. What does that mean? If it does 1 damage, does it slow the enemy down 50%? I don't think that's quite how it works out, but I like the Frost Keeps because it slows down enemies. I don't think there's an upgrade that increases their slowdown. I don't think so. You got a Blizzard to increase their range, because they have a very localized effect, so being able to expand that gets you more path coverage. Conductive snow, damage to shield. All right. So Frostkeep, like them for slowing enemies down. Flamethrower is great. Remember, if an enemy's on fire, it can't regenerate armor. Use mana to... Mana is one of your currencies, and you have a natural mana generation of, like, I think it's 3 per second at the beginning of the game. Whoa! Ziggy! Enjoying the game? I'm liking it. I'm kind of under the impression that in a week or two, I'll probably never play it again. I finished single path several times, and I haven't beaten double path, so I'm going to keep at it. But today we're just going to be playing a single path. unless we have time, and then I might try a double path as well. What do you like about the game? I'm assuming you like it, or you wouldn't be here, or you're looking to buy it. But I do find it fun. It's addictive in the early gameplay, and then also unlocking all of these upgrades with XP between games was compelling early on. Now that I've got them all unlocked, I just want to play it. Great against armor, weak against shields. So keep that in mind. And then enemies that are on fire, while they're on fire, cannot regenerate shield. Let's see, fuel saturation, all fuel deal extra 50% burn damage. So you've got some upgrades for keeping things burning. Poison sprayer, basically the same thing, except it works on shields better and not so well on armor. And things that are poisoned do not regenerate shields while they're poisoned. So I will use the heck out of the mortar, the flamer, and the poison sprayer. But to me, those are must-have towers. It's basically balloons, tower defense, but it looks interesting for a $3.99 game. How much do they charge in reality? I want to say that I paid full price of $15. Let me see if I can bring up okay, Steam and go to the store page. It is $14.99. So, yeah, is it worth $15? Maybe not. It runs well. One of the best things about it, though, is you'll have massive amounts of things going on screen, enemies taking damage, effects going off. But since possibly because they're so low poly, it doesn't bog down my machine. I do have a 2080 Super and a i7 6700, I think it is. So it's not exceptional, but it's a pretty decent machine. So, but it does play pretty smoothly. Let's see, encampment. So saw blades send a buzzsaw down the track, and it's more likely to cause bleeds, which is nice. Encampment, these are kind of underpowered. They basically put out landmines. It would be nice if they also slowed enemies, but I haven't seen anything that suggests that they do. Yeah. So they're nice to have for things that are fast, that sneak through. That way they will definitely take damage, like bats. But you do have to typically manually upgrade them, I find, to take care of that. Lookout doesn't do any damage itself. It just helps other towers do damage by putting a spotting marker on them. Radar flies a biplane around and can attack. It seems like it's anywhere on the map. There are range upgrades for it, but I haven't seen a situation where the airplane couldn't reach. Maybe I just wasn't distracted. Obelisk is basically like a laser. It's fairly powerful, but it also uses a lot of mana. Does it say uses mana to create a concentrated beam of destruction, short range, but very good at destroying armor? Yeah. Mortars, Mortars, I was just saying before you came in, best bang for the buck. In the end of game stats, I use a lot of them, but they do a lot of damage for what they cost, and they've got a long reach, and they when they hit, they have a area of effect, so that's nice. Particle cannon, super long reach, but it doesn't seem like it's that strong. Uses mana to obliterate single enemies at extreme ranges, slow firing, but extremely powerful against shields. I usually like to have 2 or 3 of these on the map. They're kind of expensive to build, but if you prioritize it for the things with the most life on their health bar, life shield, health shield, and armor, then that's one way to start whittling them down early. So that's pretty much it. Other than mana, as I mentioned, you generate mana naturally, and then there are things you could do to increase the mana that you gain by putting out mana siphons around mana crystals, as well as building mana banks which generate mana. So each mana bank costs 500 and generates 4 mana per second. Each mana siphon generates 1 mana per second and costs 100, and you can put 4 around a crystal. So 4 mana siphons give you as much mana as 1 mana bank, but cost 100 less. Most things that you build go up in price as you go along. There'll be 2 rows. Defense towers go up in price, and then, what would you call them? Infrastructure buildings don't go up in price. Let's see. Mod support for this game would make it worth the $15 price tag. I don't know how mods are going to work out for this, since it's showing right here is a game by A.R. Mason. So if this game was made by one person, which I can believe it is, I don't know how much more he's going to put into it. It's pretty solid as a tower defense game, but in a lot of ways, it's pretty simple. One other thing is university buildings, which allows a research to go on, which can increase your damage of the various damage types for every tower on the map. The research generates a bonus. That bonus goes to every tower on the map. So they're kind of expensive, and they're kind of risky because there's a percentage chance for them to advance. But I find that they're pretty powerful, especially towards the end of the game. One other thing is a house. Every level, this house will pay every adjacent tower defending it gold equal to the current level. I think that means the level of the map, so 1 through 45. So we're going to have enemies coming in. We're going to want defensives set up. So if we can set up our ballistas so that each one is adjacent to 2 houses, then each ballista will be generating 2 gold for the first level, 4 for the second, and 6. Man, hashtag bad at math. 2 for the first level, 4 for the second level, and then 2 times 3 is 6 for the third level, etc., etc. So putting your ballistas next to 2 houses is better than 1 for generating cash. But the idea is you want to do damage before enemies get close to the tower. So having too many towers here, the only reason you're doing it is to generate cash. And we could put down more, but if we're really lucky, as the path expands, it will wrap back around here so that each of these will get a chance to shoot enemies and raise their level before an enemy actually comes in for the kill. And we'll probably have 1 enemy generate here, and it'll get killed almost instantly. Yeah, there we go. All right. Oh, lucky. Tower mortar. So mortar is one of the best ones to have, and we got it early, or we got the option to get it early. Also, health damage, bleed damage, mana bolts, which I don't like because I find mid to mid-late game or early late game, it's hard to generate enough mana, especially if you're using a lot of poison and flamers and frost keeps. So I avoid mana bolts for that reason. Could there be more towers or upgrades? I suppose there could be, but it's pretty well rounded right now. They can have it so that it goes beyond level 45 for single path, more enemies. There are some of the upgrades that you have available make it so that enemies do more damage to the tower if they reach the tower, but you get more gold for killing them if they don't. And then there's another one too that the enemies go faster, but they generate mana when they die, which is an interesting trade-off. But I'm all about keeping them slow. Extra range for the ballistas, that's good. But gotta have those mortars, and might as well get them early. So because of all the upgrades I have, I still have plenty of cash starting off here. So let's go ahead and set this up. Setting towers up on higher elevations gives them more range, and I believe it boosts their damage as well. So let's see. So this is level 1, and it's got a health multiplier of 11 and 253. Let's demolish that and build another one here. So this one has 11 and 220. So yeah, having that extra elevation increases the actual damage that it can do. When a tower is first built, if you demolish it, you get the same amount back that you paid to build it, or the last one of its type. But any upgrades that you invest in, you don't get those. You don't get cash back on those. We don't need to upgrade this, probably because we're not going to be experiencing too much in the way of resistance early on. Let's start another. Okay, so we got a house here. We're going to want to put ballistas by that. So 1, we can get more gold, and 2, when we get the upgrade for, just see if it's not here, upgrade for frost bolts, then that'll help slow enemies down on their way in. So range, ballista's doing extra damage to shield. That's kind of good. Extra damage to armor, also kind of good. And more range for mortars. I think that's what we're going to go with. The tower shredders are pretty good. I don't love them, but they are good at starting bleeds and maintaining bleeds. But yeah, let's upgrade the mortars. Okay, this is nice because it has looped back this way, so the path will come at least to here, and these 3, if not that one as well, ballistas, will get extra shots. So let's go ahead and add one here and here, since it will actually be doing some good as well as generating cash. And there's another house. So we can put ballistas on 3 sides. And I'm getting low on money, so I've got enough to build one more, but I don't think I will. And then when we hit expand, our gold will increase because we'll get the rents from all of these. So maybe I will put that there and just get that little bit of extra gold. Ooh, university building. The bad thing about university building is, to benefit from it, you need to build it next to an ancient shrine or whatever it's called, which you don't get until you build a path out pretty far. Building mine building, there are ore resources. If you put a mine building next to that, it increases the overall health of your tower. So we would go from 2020 to 2121. The mines also have the ability or the chance of healing your tower. I'm not sure if it's at the end of the round or at some point during the round. Hey, Kiefer, how you doing? Tower defense game. It's not tanks, but I'll probably be playing some tanks later on. 2:30 a.m. What is up with you? I appreciate that. Mabuhay. Kiefer. Love him. Ooh, banditry. Hey, your sister never comes to the show anymore. I can't even remember what I was playing when she subscribed or followed. Let's see. So, my kids think that building a lot of mines is good because it increases your tower health a lot. And in a way, that's not bad, but at the same time, I feel like the point is to prevent them from getting to the tower. Some might sneak through, so having some mines set up is a good idea. But, yeah, if you're getting a lot of good out of your mines, it's because you're not getting enough good out of your defensive towers. Going great. Not so bad. Not so bad. Pretty good. Sup, been watching some stuff on this. Looks pretty fun. Yeah, it's kind of basic, but it's pretty well made. Yeah, I can't really complain about the gameplay, and I find it a little bit addictive. So I'm going to skip mines for now. Mana Bank, I'm going to want Mana Bank. I don't know that I want it right now. Sorcery I find is a little underpowered. You only get +3 mana generation per second, and 1 Mana Bank costs 500 gold per bank, but you get 4 mana per second out of it, and then Mana Siphons 1%. So I usually skip sorcery unless I don't have anything else I want. Banditry is one of the upgrades that I think I am going to do this. Enemies drop +2 gold on death, but they also deal +1 damage to the tower. So if we can keep them from reaching the tower, won't be an issue, and we'll be filthy rich. Have a class in 5 hours. Oh my god, yeah, you should get some sleep, man. Oh, I hope you're well. We're doing all right here. Good to see you. It sounds like I'm trying to get rid of you, but yeah, the right thing for you to do is to go. What I forgot what I did already. Oh, I did the banditry, so we'll be getting more gold per kill, but the enemies will move a little bit faster. All right, the next mortar is going to cost 275, and I'll either put it here or here. I haven't decided yet. Probably here. Hopefully this will bend this way. That would be great. No, let down. All right, so let's build, and our gold just went up because we got our rents or tax, whatever you want to call it. Now with some towers, I do set priorities on them, and with the mortars, I typically set it for most shield, most armor, and most health. Intuitively, it seems like that means that it goes for whatever has the most shield, and if there is nothing with shield, then it goes for the thing with... But no, this is additive. It's not a list of priorities. It's a combination of priorities. So whatever has the most overall health, or the most overall life bar, hit points across health, shield, and armor, this will target whatever has the highest combination of those three. Let's see. So, good night, I guess, or good morning for you. Yeah, it's almost, it's noon here, noon 30. I'll try my best to be at the next stream. Oh, man, nice of you to say so. I'll probably still be playing some tanks, but I do want to get into some other games, or back to some other games as well. But newish game came out, I think, last Friday or the Friday before. Definitely wanted to share it. Let's see. But it's getting busy since exams are coming up. Yeah. Palam ad mata. Oh, wow. Ba magandangab. Oh, I don't know what paalam. Oh, that sounds familiar. Paalam at magandangabi. But good evening to you as well. I'm going to have to look up paalam. It sounds very familiar. I'm sure I've heard it before. Anyone else speak Tagalog? Not me. Let's see. Ballista is doing shield damage. Particle cannon uses a lot of mana, so I'm reluctant to use it too early. I'm looking for better options. Lookout towers are expensive, but they can be useful. I like to use them later in the game. Don't want mana bolts. Don't really want the mine. I think I'm going to go ahead and get enchanted bolts. No, let's go with HE shells. Anything that makes our mortars more efficient can't be bad, right? Paalam is like a formal goodbye. Okay. Oh, man. Po. Yeah, like Po, except Po tends to be heard as ironic or sarcastic, so you should avoid saying salamat po. But I guess paalam is not interpreted as sarcastic. But anyway, good night. Love you, man. Hope to see you again soon. I guess I got to stream more if that's going to happen, though, right? So we've got 134, so we can't buy any towers. I don't want to sell any towers. So let's just expand. I set priorities on this one. I don't think I set priorities on this one. One problem, if you just leave your mortars set to progress, you can see how long it takes for the shell to get there. So like right there, this one is set on progress, and it aimed at the first one in line. But the first one in line was dead by the time the shell got there because of, well, the other mortar and these ballistas here. So mortars, you almost never want to set for progress. I almost always set them for shield, armor, health. Okay, tower encampment, so that sets lion mines. Maybe not. Frostbolt, we definitely want that. Longer range for ballistas, or not ballistas, mortars. That's really good. Damage to armor from mortars, that's really good. More damage to health. And then university, which again is still, if we get this now, we won't be able to use it for a long time. I'm going to go with frostbolts. The damage to armor, very tempting, but we're going to get the frostbolts. All right, so we're looping back this way, and if we're very lucky, it will loop right back down here, so all these towers get an extra bite at the apple. And we've got 404, so we can set up another one. I think I'm going to set up a mortar here. Get that height advantage, and again, we're going to set it for most. Oh, it's going the other way. Now, so far, the trail hasn't forked. If you're lucky, you'll get a lot of wraparounds and a long path that doesn't fork before the first time that it forks. That way, everything funnels into one area and you can set up a really good kill zone. Mortar blast radius, I'm probably going to get that. Banditry 2, tempting, especially since we're early in the game. That's just that much more gold, but I don't know. Frost Keep, a little bit. Oh, flamethrower. That's a tough one. I think I'm gonna get the flamethrower. What's holding me back, or making it hard to decide, is the flamethrower uses mana. So I can't set up very many of them, or they will drain my mana up here. I've got a pool of 200 mana, and it regenerates at 300 or 3 per second. And then the flamer probably uses 1 per second while it's on. It only uses mana while it's firing at enemies. Yeah, and this blast radius is, hopefully we'll get another chance to get area of effect. But let's go ahead and get the flame tower, and I'm going to set it up right here. Do I have enough money? I do. So that, I probably should have set it up here, but I'll probably put an obelisk or something like that up here later. So right now this is just set for progress, whatever is farthest along the path. So as things come around here, it's going to be shooting at whatever in front, and that's not going to be very efficient. But then once it gets past here, while it's shooting at whatever's in front, as long as it doesn't round this corner, it's going to be hitting everything that's behind it as well. I like that. That's efficient. So these little ore deposits are where you would set mines next to. Now, there's a little bit of a problem with the mana siphons and the mines. It seems like with the, and also the haunted houses, which we'll get a look at later. So yeah, that guy had a lot of health, but he's pretty low now. Still losing health to his burning. And if we zoom in, you can see, yeah, that their burning damage is ticking down, and it's taking it off of their health bar. I kind of forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, for the mines, haunted houses, and mana siphons, it seems like they need to be built on the same level, same altitude as the resource that they're gathering from. I believe with the mines and the mana siphons, you can build 1 level up, maybe 2 levels up, but you can't build below. We'll take a look at that later on. HE shells, more damage to health, that's good. Flamers gain 50% more burn, that's good. Sorcery 3. I would rather have mana siphons or mana banks, and we had a chance to get mana banks earlier. Maybe I should have done that. Let's see, all flamers gain +1 damage to health. That would be good. Obelisk, good, but uses a lot of mana, and I think I'm going to hold off on getting it till later. We still don't have a fork in the trail, so that's good. Concussive, oh, damage to armor. That's tempting. That's tempting. That's tempting. That's tempting. I think I'm going to get the concussive shells, which +1 damage to armor. Now, if we look at this is level 2 already. So I'm not sure which one went up. Probably wasn't shield because we haven't had any enemies with shield yet. So it was either health or armor. And right now we can click on this at the cost of 7 gold or 12 gold to increase the damage to health or armor. Or 20 for shield, which it will probably be seen later on. But I think for now that we don't need to do that. It's going to be leveling up at about an appropriate pace. And again, yeah, we've got our priority set here. This is set for progress. Later on, I may want to prioritize this for highest armor. We'll see. We've got 491. We can set up something. I'm going to set up a ballista here so that it will potentially, as we can see down here, it's got 5% slow. So that, and I'm going to set this for fastest. So whatever is moving fastest, it will shoot that, hopefully slow it down, and so hopefully we'll get a little bit of an accordion effect here, and enemies will be in this path of the fire longer, and they'll be grouped together more. All right, we still got 291, so we could do another one. Let's just hold off, and then, yeah, we're going to put a mortar up here, and we're going to prioritize that the same way. Boom! Now, this one back here probably... Oh, it has leveled up. That's good. Has this one leveled up? This one's level 3. So that's nice. I guess it got built earlier, and it's getting to shoot these enemies. So it's had more time and similar opportunity for leveling up. All right, what's next? Mortars do 25% burn damage. That's not bad. That's not bad. So that anything that gets hit by a mortar will not be able to regenerate its armor for a while. Let's see. Mana Bolt, still don't like it. University. I'm going to be mad later on when I want University and it doesn't come up. Mana Siphons. Got to have Mana Siphons. Tesla Coil. Mildly tempting. Where your first fork is, I'd like to have a Tesla Coil there and just crank it up on shield. But we're not there yet, and you can kind of live without it. You can kind of compensate for it with a poison shooter. So let's get the Mana Siphon, and we will start putting them around these blue mana crystals. And we can probably, we don't need that many right now, but we will need more in the future. So we could set up another flamer. We could set up, well, I don't have any gold right now, but I probably want to set up a ballista here or here. It kind of depends on where we're going to fork next. Yo, are we going to fork? All right, so we are going to set up ballistas around this house. Actually, what I should do is I should set up a flamer or a poison shooter right here. So I'm going to save my gold and do that. Yeah, and we will have enough once these guys are dead. All right, so we've got 396. It's going to cost 375 for a flamer. I'm probably going to get this EMP for the mortars to damage it. Basically, if you can't damage armor or health while an enemy has shield... Although the DOTs make it sound like you actually can, so I'm not quite sure how that works out. But if, basically, you can't damage armor or health while an enemy has shield, you've got to put a lot of priority on shield. However, some enemies don't have shield. Some enemies don't have armor. You know, and you kind of want to put some priority on armor as well. But those things that need to have their shield taken off need to have their shield taken off. All right, so we've got more burn from flamers. That's tempting, but not as tempting as EMP for the mortar. Extra health damage from ballistas. I thought the broadhead bolt made them do bleed damage. I guess not. Mortars get burn damage. Mortars get more range. Very good. Oh, mortars get more blast radius. Oh, all three of these are good. And see, this is area of effect 1. Since we're early in the game and we're not going to be seeing shields much for a little while, I am going to go ahead and get this blast radius. If we were up to like level 15, I would take shields over blast radius, but we would probably already have blast radius by then. So we'll accept that. We'll set up a flamer right here. And we're going to want to keep an eye on our mana. We've got a production of 6, and we have 2 flamers. So I don't think this is going to be dipping down too much. Also, for a while, the enemies are going to be spread out enough that we probably won't have both flamers going at the same time. At least not for any extended periods. All right, so right now, we're not using any mana. But as they come up to the flamer... yeah, we're making mana as fast as we're using it. Now I am going to go ahead and prioritize this guy for armor. And then let's bump up his armor damage. Just a couple. Just a couple. Oh man, that would make my day if this wrapped all the way back around over here. Oh. All right, haunted houses. We haven't seen any gravestones yet. Haunted houses help you generate more gold at a cost of mana. But it seems like it's a pretty good rate, and there are also upgrades to increase the efficiency. Mana banks, very tempting. We're going to start needing those probably within the next 5 levels. Flamers, extra health damage, more burn damage, Tesla coil... and encampment. So, haunted house, slightly tempting, though we can't use it yet. Mana bank, need it, but don't need it right now. But I'm a little bit afraid of not getting it when I need it. And while these are good, this is a must-have. It will be a must-have. I'm going to get it now so that I will have it when I need it. Let's go ahead and set up, well, how much money do we have? We've got 600. We can set up a mortar. I'm going to expand, and then if there's... this is only a height of 2. So I'm going to expand, and if there's something that's a height of 3 here, I'm going to put the mortar there. All right, let's expand. Yeah, there's one. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have one here as well. And then we're going to prioritize... and let's set up another ballista here and another one here. That will help slow down anything that's going past the flamer. That way the flamer has more time to do damage to each thing that goes by. He's got a lot of health. Had a lot of health. That guy had a lot of health. All right. I think over half of the towers use mana, but ballistas and mortars don't. The shredders don't. But I think, and lookouts don't. But I think most of the towers, maybe about half of the towers do. Okay, gonna want this eventually, but probably not for another 5 to 10 levels. Maybe 10 levels. Haunted house will probably be wanting that in about 5 levels. Okay, this blast radius is very tempting. Ooh. Shield damage from ballistas, kind of tempting, but the blast radius is definitely more tempting, so we'll get that. And how much money do we have? 456. So we will probably set up another mortar when we build here. Yeah, there's a 3 tall. Set that for that same priority. I meant to do shield first, but it doesn't matter because it just adds them together. These guys right here come out with a lot of armor, and then when they die, the minions that are inside burst out. There they are. Blah! And then they yell little things as they come out. It's kind of nice in that it lets you know something has happened. So with this path wrapping back around here, setting a mortar up on this little hill seems likely unless there's a height 3 hill over here somewhere. Okay, bleed increases maximum bleed. That's tempting. Sorcery, not that tempting. Tesla coil, not that tempting. Here's Frostbolt 2, very tempting. Pyrochemistry 1, fairly tempting. But I think we're going to go with the slow. That's like one of the best things about the ballistas is their ability to slow. Although, I don't think they actually slow that much, but it helps. All right, how much money do we have? We got 738, so we've got some money to spend. We're probably going to build another mortar as soon as we expand here. Yeah, I'm going to build it here. Same priorities. And then we have this house here. We're kind of remiss in that we're not getting taxes from it. So let's build some ballistas around it. I guess I could have built a flamer here. That wouldn't have been bad. So we have a very long path here, and we haven't forked yet. We'll probably fork on the next one or the one after that. Ooh, EMP shields, that's pretty tempting. And once we get that fork, we're going to start concentrating. We're going to build more of a kill zone where we do a lot of damage and slow going into that choke point, and then string out that damage and slow moving back towards the home tower. All right, for now, it's probably going to be EMP. Let's see, broadhead bolts. All flamethrowers gain +1 damage to shield. That's kind of good. And ballista range. So EMP is definitely the one we want here, even though we haven't seen an enemy with a shield yet. I think level 16 might be when we start seeing enemies with shields. We've got 516. Let's build one more ballista here. Yeah, let's see what we get next. So, still haven't forked. 725. And you can see those mortars just eat through these guys, these low-level guys. So they're, even though it's going to be 725 to build the next mortar versus 280 to build the next ballista, the mortars are worth it. Okay, we got a lot of guys coming through here. And they don't have shield. What they have is the haste. That's what that, the gray bar was haste, right? Or was it fortify? I think the fortify was more of a yellowish brown, orangish brown, and the haste is the periwinkle blue. I don't remember now. Unfortunately, we can't check it while we're in the game. We can only check it between runs. All right, so EMP2, very tempting. HE damage, tempting. Ballistas damage to shield, a little tempting. And then the shredder, slightly tempting, and you know it does bleeds, hits multiple enemies. But I think we're gonna get the EMP2. Because if enemies have shield, we definitely want to deal with that shield as early as possible. Okay, here's the first boss. So I guess he comes at level 15. He's got a lot of health, and it looks like he's fortified, although that fortification is going down. Let's set up another mortar here, and we are going to again... Now, he only has health, so the shield and armor aren't really doing anything for him specifically, but he has the most health, so... But he's also slow, which will help us out, because these other guys will outpace him, and then they'll get picked off before Oogie comes into range. And you can see this blue bar, he's getting very slowed down, and the only thing that we have here to slow him down are these ballistas. That's the only thing slowing him down. He still has a lot of health, but he's the only enemy. So those ballistas keeping him slow. The mortars are laying in the damage. The flamer's laying in some damage. You can see he's got 600, 720 flame damage waiting to happen. So even after he walks out of range, that's still going to be pulling down on his overall health. Unfortunately, we can't see, you know, numerically what his real health is, but he's about to go down. And when he does, he's going to drop treasure, which is going to give us more chances to pull cards here. So banditry 2, so more gold, but enemies move faster. Oh no, they deal more damage if they reach the tower. Flamers do more burn. The main tower gets more health, so this would be 23 if we selected that one. Ballistas get more range. Tower particle cannon uses mana to obliterate enemies at long range. It's at this we might get this. We can live without it. Banditry 2, slightly tempting to get more gold, and then flamethrowers gain plus 50% burn. So like when he was up at 720, that would have been over 1,000 instead. So the burn, it does more burn potential, which eventually does more burn damage. Plus, it keeps them from anything that can regenerate armor. It takes longer for them before they can start regenerating armor again. Banditry 2 is slightly tempting. Ballista range, slightly tempting. Particle cannon, kind of tempting. Yeah, I think I'm going to get the pyrochemistry. Did it feel like that's what I was going to get the whole time? It's hard to... There might be only be one treasure chest here. Let's see. Treasure open. Particle cannon again. Haunted house, or damage to armor from ballistas. I'm going to get the haunted house because once... I want to be able to use it as soon as I can use it. And we haven't seen any gravestones yet, and you need to place them next to gravestones, but we'll see. All right, so there's another treasure chest here. EMP3 versus more burn for flamers versus obelisk. I'm going to go with EMP3, pyrochemistry 2. Kind of, it's good as well, but I think we really want that EMP. All right, and we've got a altitude 3 here, so let's set up another mortar here, and with the same priorities. Now if you look down here, we've got our bonuses for each of the towers that we have. So ballistas have +1 health damage, +1 armor damage, +1 shield damage, and plus 10% slow. And then the mortars, health, armor, +7 shield, +5 to range, and 100% additional blast radius, and then flamethrowers. So you can keep track of the upgrades that you have. Like if you think, I need something that is really good against armor or shield in a specific location, then you, especially when it comes to like flamethrower versus poison. Poison is typically better against shield, but if for some reason you've got a bunch of bonuses for shield damage on your flamethrower, then you can look at that and say, well, maybe I do want to use a flamethrower instead of the poison at this point. Okay, so we got our priorities. Let's go ahead and upgrade each of those one, and then we will expand. And I'm going to... Okay, there's our first gravestone, and we have a haunted house. So I'm going to put one here, and I'm going to put one here. They are going to use mana, so I need to... It doesn't show us how fast we're using mana, and they haven't... These guys haven't reached the flamethrower yet, so that might be an issue. I'm going to put a flamethrower here as well. 450? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And we will upgrade each of those as well, and we'll leave it set to progress. With these ballistas right here, that should help with the slowdown to increase exposure to the flame. That'll be nice. Trying to keep one eye on our mana to see what our burn rate of mana is, and we'll start putting in some mana siphons. I know, we're missing the excitement. That should be enough for now. More than enough for now. So far we only have one flamethrower going at a time. But once these break open, we should have two flamethrowers at a time. And there it goes. And we're still well, almost. Still staying maxed out though. Alright, concussive shells, more damage to armor. I mean, one of the reasons that mortars do so well in my games is because they're one of the first things I upgrade. So, is it that they're good because I give them more upgrades, or is it that I give them more upgrades because they're good? Maybe both. Okay, flamers doing more damage to armor. A little bit tempting. Ballista's doing more damage to armor. Bleed them dry increases maximum bleed per second by plus 26 up to 50. So that's a little tempting, but I think I gotta go with the mortar upgrade. It's my weakness. Now if we look at this house, it's showing that it has one nearby grave, has a tax efficiency of 1. There are upgrades to raise the tax efficiency. So, death tax due, 9 gold. Next tax collected, 0 gold. Oh, net tax collected. So far it hasn't collected any, but when we hit expand, it should. Okay, when we hit expand here, it will probably take the path out this way, but there's a small chance that it will dead end. And if you have a path that dead ends, it opens with a portal. A portal shows up there. If all of your paths end in a portal, which eventually they all will at level 45 if you don't inadvertently or deliberately dead end them first, then you don't get a break between rounds. The thing comes up that shows you what upgrade you can select, but the enemies are already coming before you select one. We've got 2,400. Let's expand. I'm probably going to put another mortar in here. Yep. Nope. Wrong thing. There we go. And same priorities. Oh, so we're getting more shields now. So luckily our mortars have that extra EMP damage. I'm actually going to boost this one. The farther your towers are away from your home tower, the more they need to do shields and armor. We've got a big section here where enemies are not taking damage. I'm not too worried about it, other than it's an area where they can be regenerating. I still want to see where our choke point is, where our first divide is, because that's where I want to start our kill zone, where our concentration of damage and slows. But we're sitting pretty right here. We've got a good amount of gold. Now unfortunately there's no place I can put a haunted house where it will benefit from 2 tombstones. But like I said before, we can move them later. We can demolish it for the same price it costs to build it. Ooh, radar tower, so we can get airplanes coming in. They're pretty good. As far as I can tell, they reach everywhere on the map, although they do have a range upgrade, so I don't know why that is. Gas shells. So mortars gain plus 25% poison damage. The best part about that is if something has shield and shield regeneration, while it's poisoned, it can't regenerate its shield. So that's pretty tempting. Let's see, ballistas, armor damage, radar for airplanes, and then flamers do more damage to health. That's that's a little tempting as well. But I got to go with the mortars. And I think we're ready to expand. We've got 2,900. So I need to build more towers, but I'm just like, any minute now, we're going to get our fork in the road, and that's where I really want to invest in towers. It's not here, though. Okay, if we build a haunted house next to this tombstone, it shows that we're not getting any tax from it because this tombstone is on a different level. Get on my level, bro. But if we put it here, then it's next to this one, and we get 1. I'm just going to leave that there. Okay, see these bats? They do move very fast. And even when they get hit by the ballistas, they don't slow down that much. This is nice. This will expand back this way, so these ballistas will get probably get shots at anything coming through here. Oh man, that guy got melted. Concussive shells, more damage to armor, so that's probably going to be it. Particle cannon again, that's pretty good. More burn, repair. I think I'm going to go with the concussive shells. And we're up to 4,600. I'm going to have to build something pretty soon. All right, here's our first divide. Let's go ahead and build a mortar right here, even though it's not level 3. And hard to say. I'm going to put a flamer right here. And let's do some quick upgrades. And I'm just going to leave it on progress. We're still okay on mana. Let's build another flamethrower here. Oh, actually, if we do it here, then they'll be able to get a good spray over here as well as here. Nothing's gotten past here in a while. Which unfortunately means that all of these towers down here are not leveling up. So it's kind of good and it's kind of bad at the same time. Seance house, haunted houses will use mana twice as efficiently. So I need to take a look at that because I think it means that you get more gold. It might mean that it uses less mana. It might mean both. So lookout tower. I don't think we're ready for that. The pyrochemistry too. That's kind of tempting. Longbow. So extra ballista range would be nice. For these guys shooting farther over here. So that's a little bit tempting. When we expand, we're obviously going to go this way. Obviously? Oh, look at this. We can put a haunted house between these two tombstones, and we'll get double return. And then I can't tell. Maybe we can put one here on the other side of this and do the same thing with these two tombstones if they're on the same level. Also, putting things behind things, sometimes the placement doesn't work that well. But for now, Seance, very tempting. Lookout Tower, mildly tempting. Shredder, mildly tempting. At this point, probably more tempting than the Lookout. But the Lookout, it feels important late game. More burn, more range. I'm going to go with the Seance for more gold, because we're going to start building here in a minute. Let's put a haunted house here. And it's not getting any... I'll try it again later, but I'm pretty sure it's not... Well, actually, if we just put this one here... Okay, so I was thinking that when I put it here, maybe it just wasn't showing us immediately what the results are, but we put one here, and we are immediately getting results. So we've got 2 nearby graves. We've got tax efficiency 2, because we just did the Seance level 2. So tax due 1 gold. All right, so if we can get more tombstones where we can put haunted houses between them, that would be good. I think I'm going to put a flamer here, and then maybe a ballista here, and I'll probably be putting in more stuff here. It's hard to picture how this is going to work out. There's not a lot of high ground, but we have a lot of path, and we got this wraparound here. So, like, we could put a frost palace here, and it would work on both trails at the same time. We'll deal with that later. Flamethrower here. And then maybe a couple more ballistas. I guess I could have put that here. It's fine. All right, so let's save our gold for now. I'm going to try putting a haunted house right here, but I don't think it's not going to collect anything, so we'll just demolish it. So, yeah, let's bump this guy's shield up a couple points, and this guy's shield up a couple points. And maybe armor once on each. Tempted to put another flamer here. We kind of need our poison shooter. Ooh, this bat got pretty far. Okay, let's see. Bleed, burn, lookout, explosives. All mortars gain 10% crit chance. That's kind of good. But, wow, we got the same one twice? That doesn't seem good. I think that's a... I'm going to call that... It's not a glitch, but it's undesired in my opinion. Why would you want to be able to choose the same card twice? That just means that you have one less choice. Alright, flamers, damage to health, crit chance with mortars. And then bleed damage and burn damage. I'm going to get the burn damage for the same reason that we got the poison earlier. If we look at our mortars, I can't really zoom in on that. So we have 25% poison, 25% burn, so anything that gets hit by the mortar will not be regenerating shield or armor while they're poisoned and or burning. Let's expand this way. If we're lucky, it'll either go straight back here or over here wouldn't be bad either. So that way these towers get leveled up a little. Oh, it's going the wrong way. And now looking at these tombstones, nah, there's no place that's a really good place for a haunted house. Our mana seems to be holding fine. I'm tempted to put another flamer here. I'll put it here actually. And we will bump it up a little bit. And then maybe put a couple ballistas in. That's not a very good place for it. Probably want to put it over here. Looks like they're making a lot of progress now. They're really low on health once they get this far, but they are getting a little farther than I'd like. So we need to increase our damage output there. I really would like to have a poison shooter now, but we're not getting one for some reason. Yeah, RNG, right? So look out. Not yet. No, I don't think so. Bleed them dry, increases maximum bleed. Okay, enchanted bolts, kind of good. Broadhead bolts, kind of good. Kill them with fire. That's as many flamethrowers as we have out here. Oh, look at our mana. So we need to increase our mana production. Mana bolts, don't want that. Kill them with fire. I think I'm going to get the kill them with fire. The enchanted bolts is kind of tempting, but I'm going to get the kill them with fire. And we need to set up some mana siphons. We'll start back at the tower area. I don't know if there's hotkeys for these. That would be nice. But I mean, there's so many things that you can build. That would be a lot of hotkeys. We're up to 20 mana per second, 21. We also have mana banks available, but remember they are not as cash efficient. And we still have 2,000 gold. We're doing all right on gold. I keep hoping that we'll get that poison shooter. Yeah, the Frost Palace and the Poison Shooter, when those come up, we gotta get them. And let's see how that works. I'm going to expand this one again. No, I'm not. I'm going to expand this one in hopes that it bends this way, which hopefully will encourage this one to bend this way. So let's go. And let's set up another flamer. All right, let's put it right here. And I feel like we still want more ballistas over here. No place really for a haunted house here. There's a nice little choke point, but or bend back. Broadhead, Tower Shredder, kind of tempting. Seance for getting more gold. More damage to armor with flamethrowers. It seems like that's what we got to get. Slower, increase maximum poison per second up to 50. And right now, the mortars are the only one doing poison damage, if I remember right. We could actually look down here. Yeah. So it'd still be good, but I think the damage to armor, the Seance is tempting as well. Let's go and get the damage to armor. And it feels like we need another flamer, but we're going to be using a lot of mana, and these are going to be getting expensive now. It's already up to 975. Okay. So that didn't go the way I wanted. Let's see if it'll go the way I want. Nope, still doesn't. And I think these are on different. Let's see if we can. What happens if we put a haunted house right here? It shows that it's not connected to either of those tombstones. And I'm going to put a couple more ballistas up here. Because the ballistas do have plus 10% slow. Oh man, this guy's getting through. What is that? He's just a little guy. But he had some shield and some speed, so he got pretty far there. Now these guys got pretty far. Should we worry? I think the big worry is that they're going to turn into bats. And these towers down here aren't that strong. A little scary. Alright, so HE shells for more mortar damage to health. Crit chance, damage to armor. Incendiary rounds for more burn damage. Poison sprayer! Oh, we've been waiting for this. Poison sprayer. So it's like the flamethrower, except it's stronger against shields and not as strong on armor. So let's put this one right here, and I'm going to prioritize this one for armor. I'm sorry, shield. Give it a little bump up, and I'm going to prioritize this one for armor. And give it a little bump up, even though it's already level 8 now. So let's get this up to level 8. Alright, and we'll build a couple more poison sprayers along the way. Yeah, we'll go on this side. Oh, out of money? Out of money. And let's just see how that goes. Expand. I'm going to expand this way. I don't see any double dips on the tombstones. Let's get some more ballistas over here. They're coming through pretty fast. So I think we're doing a little better this time. Almost the same, though. One strong bat. Okay, so here we go. Kill him with fire. More fire damage. That's good. Increase the maximum poison rate. Let's get that, since we're starting to have trouble with shield. And what are we at? We're at level 24. Level 25, I think, is, or 15 is when we had the Oogie. So we might get an Oogie on this one as well. Except it'll be a, I think it'll be a Robo Oogie. Let's give this a try. Yeah, there he is. Zombie Oogie. So let's set up some more ballistas. And that Oogie has a lot of shield. So we are going to bump up the shield on our poison sprayers. Yeah, he still has most of his shield. Wow. Our mortars should be prioritizing him since he has the most robust health bar. Got a lot of ballistas here, so that should help slow him down. And just as he passes out of one poison sprayer, he comes into the next one. I guess I should set up a poison sprayer over here somewhere. I don't see a great spot for it. Maybe on this corner. Gabe, hello! Well, I know you were having trouble with school there. I'm glad, I hope, I assumed that you had made that kind of a priority. But it is good to see you. This game came out, I think, Friday or Thursday last week, and it's a little bit addicting. Addictive. I can't help but think that in another week or two I'll never play it again, but I'm having fun with it for now. Let's see. So, white phosphorescent shields. It'd be nice if we could bump up our poison shooters. Particle cannon. Oh, would have been good last round. Ballista damage to shield. That's a little tempting. Increased burn damage. This is a little tempting as well. I think I'm going to get the enchanted bolts damage to shield. The kill him with fire, that's pretty tempting though. And the particle cannon's kind of tempting as well. And I haven't been paying attention. I think we're doing okay on mana production. See, Banditry 2, slightly tempting. Obelisk. That's kind of a hard choice between those two. I think I will get the Obelisk. Yeah, but now we're really going to have to, if we use that, we're really going to have to bump up our mana production game. Been really busy with school. This is my last year, and I'm applying to different colleges. I recently passed my driving exam, which is great. Woohoo! Freedom! Right? Oh, man. The feeling of having a car respond to your every whim and command, it's intoxicating. The ability to say, I don't want to be here, I want to be there, I'm going. That's, you know, as adults, we lose track of that, but I remember that it just being able to say, I'm going, and putting a great deal of distance between where I don't want to be and myself. That's great. It's a good feeling. I wish you joy of it. But, you know, as always, the adult in the room has to say, be safe. Frost Keep. Yeah, I do want these. This is gonna start using a lot of mana. Let's put this one right here. And we'll probably put another one right here. Oh, that's at level 3. Let's put it right here instead, and then we can... Don't have enough money, and then we can put an obelisk up here maybe later. Okay, so we're going to expand. I'm going to expand this way, and then hopefully it'll bend this way, and we can cut this area off and force it into a portal. Are we ready? And then we're going to start building... Oh, I can do one right now. We're going to start building mana siphons. And possibly mana banks as well. Although they are kind of expensive. So let's expand here. Ah, good, it does bend this way. Ooh, those guys look scary. Mana siphon. And I can't put another one there. Oh, I think I'm out of mana siphon opportunities. Oh, there's 3 right here. And I think there's some more back here. No, I guess I used all of these. Man, this music is like stress-inducing. Let's put another frost keep here. We are eating into that mana, so we're going to start building mana banks. Ah, they're getting expensive. Yeah, our mana, we're using it faster than we're making it. There's another 500. Oh man, this could go badly. I think the mortars will do a pretty good job on these guys. Alright. Probably going to need more mana banks for the next round, but for now we're okay. And I might want to build an obelisk or something up here, I don't know. Right here might not be a bad place for an obelisk. Alright, so we got away with that. I was a little worried. Shredder, maybe... No... This is a hard choice because I don't really want any of these. This quality over quantity I never want. Oh, let's see. Had COVID 2 months ago, but fortunately I made it alive. Did it really even put a dent in you? I would think someone your age, in most cases, it's a lot of people don't even realize they have that they're infected. You know, low symptoms. For being active, not giving you. Oh, don't worry about it. You don't owe me a thing. I appreciate your friendship when you're here, but I understand you've got a life, and this is not a priority. Pretty excited for your new channel. Looking forward to. Yeah, I just need to make myself do it, knowing that it's going to be different. And what I'm really hoping to do with it is yammer on live, and then edit shorter versions for YouTube. I probably won't do that because it's so time intensive, but that's the dream, right? Quality over quantity. I don't like that you gain crit chance, but you lose base damage level on all of your towers. So if this tower does 2, it goes down to 1, or 3 goes down to 2. 10 goes down to 9? Oh, I think that's how it works. But you have an increased chance. Is it times 2? Gain crit chance equal to their level, but lose 1 base damage. So like this tower is probably, okay, it is level 5, so it would gain 5% chance of critical hits. And it's going to fire 20 rounds in, probably about a round a second. So, you know, it's going to probably crit 3 times per minute. Maybe. Is it worth it? Maybe it is, and I'm just not... But then again, I also don't know how much crit damage is. And when your towers get up higher levels, then that would be substantial. I might have to start using this, but I don't know if now is the moment. Mr. Chicky, hello! I've been okay. Actually, I gotta pee right now. I thought this would be going faster too. I need to end by 3, so I need to get busy, I guess. I've been doing all right, you know, just working. My wife is doing a lot of work on the house, which keeps her exhausted, and she keeps me a little bit busier than I'd like. You know how lazy husbands are. The shredder is... I think I'm going to get the shredder, because it's another tower type, and it does bleed damage. So let's go ahead and get the shredder, and then we'll set one up. I think I'm going to set one up here. Or here. Probably here. And then maybe another one here. 6. Oh, no, I won't, because I don't have enough money. I guess I need to build more haunted houses and more mana banks. So haunted houses, 100 gold. Let's do that. And expand here, so that will cut this one off. It'd be funny if it bends back. It won't. It can't bend back this way. So now when we expand here, it can only go 2. All right, we've got 876. So where was I going to put that other shredder? Right here, maybe? And let's go ahead and bump up the health damage a little bit. We're doing okay on mana, but they're only this far up the trail. The shredders... This is really loud. Can you hear me? Yeah, the shredders don't use any mana. I hope I set the priority on this right. I did not. I set it on progress. I meant to set this on highest shield, armor, and health. So it will work on the biggest problem first. Frostbite, so that frost palaces like this one do more health damage. Ballista range, that's a little bit tempting. Shredders gain plus 50% bleed. I think I'm going to have to take that one. Yeah, let's go ahead and accept that. It's not too loud on our end, don't worry. Yeah, I think it's... These headphones, I've got my PC volume all the way down, or Windows volume all the way down to 15. And got SFX down to about 60% and music pretty low. So it seems about right, but it does seem a little bit loud when a lot's going on. All right, so we got the priority set on that. We could set up another mortar. Yeah, let's set up a couple mortars over here. But I did want to do maybe a couple more haunted houses to try to get more money. There are not a lot of good places for them. None there. And maybe we got money, so let's do one more mana bank. I hate running out of mana when we're trying to kill those bad guys. Actually broke my headset last week. Stuck using some old speakers. Ugh. I use speakers most of the time, but microphone, speakers. So, and these aren't bad. They're a little bit flat, but if you put the right EQ on them, which is pretty much the EQ I use for everything anyway, they're not. They're pretty good. And they're closed, so I don't know if you can hear the music from whatever. Actually, if I do that, and I don't think you can hear the music through my headset. Maybe? I don't know. So, closed back, they're good for that, but they do hold in moisture. Do not recommend putting on closed back headphones right after you get out of the shower. It's like a swamp in there. I was thinking that we want a mortar here. Let's put a mortar there. And we will set it up for big bads. And probably one more here or here. Probably here. Swamp ears, yeah. Oh, it's like Shrek, you know. It's like a swamp in there, donkey. I've still got... Oh, I only have 159. I guess we have to go. So now I've got two options. I can keep building out this way. I think I will build one here because there's a chance I'll probably get a castle tower, which would be good for putting a mortar or really anything on. I'll probably put a poison shooter on it, now that I think about it. And then there may be a place to build a university, which I don't have the university yet. Nope, not there. So let's build a poison shooter on here. Poison sprayer. And we're going to bump up the shield on this as much as our tiny bank account will let us. And we're going to prioritize most shield. And let's do one thing of armor, because nothing wrong with it doing armor damage. There we go. I need to put a Frost Palace over here. I keep saying Palace, but it's Frost Keep. Slow these guys down. Put another one here. And with the Frost Keeps, I usually don't worry about the amount of damage they do. I'm kind of dumb that way. If they can do damage, why not, help them do damage? But by slowing enemies down, they're exposed to this cone of damage longer. And then I just let the poison sprayers and the flamethrowers do the heavy lifting. Wow, that's only level 5? Oh, that's disappointing. Alright, magnetic blades, so blades do more damage to shield. Seance 2, so haunted houses are more efficient. We get more money. Obelisks do more armor damage. Enemies drop more gold, but do more damage if they get to the tower. I'm going to go ahead and get the Tesla coil now. And I'm going to put it right here on this choke point. I might put several here now that I think about it. I kind of like that idea. Put one here, here, and here. And then I'm going to crank up the shield on this one. And then when we expand, as the money starts coming in, I'll do the other damage types as well as the shield and damage types on these other ones here as well. 166, so let's go ahead and bump up the shield on that. And 40, so we can do at least one here. There we go. So if we expand here, we're going to get a portal, but we're going to get higher end enemies. So let's expand out this way one time at least. Okay, we can build a university next to this if we get the university card to select from. And let's set up a ballista here primarily for slowing things down. And we can set up another mortar as well. Do we have the money? We don't have the money. So let's start. Alright, that one's got some shield damage. And these just do area of effect damage in this very localized area. And if I put a Frost Palace right here, and then maybe another Flamer in here, that could be beneficial. Oh my goodness. It's doing a lot, but they're still squeaking through. Maybe put another couple sprayers here. Woof! But yeah, it's good to have a snug headset. Mine fell off my head and landed on the middle headband part. Ugh. Have you tried popsicle sticks and duct tape? Go for that ghetto look? Oh man, that's a heartbreaker. Hopefully they weren't super expensive. Yikes. Ooh, airstrikes, very tempting. Seance, get more money. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the radar tower, which summons an airplane. 1,000. So we can get 2 of them. And I'm just going to leave them set for progress. Let's go ahead and get a second one and put it over here. Why not? I could put a mortar up here. Maybe a mortar up here. It completely killed the audio. Don't know how. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of weird that it would kill the audio on both sides. Unless it the impact caused damage to a circuit board that was in one of the earpieces, or because if it just broke the cord, I would think that you would get audio on one side. If it caused a short, yeah, maybe if it broke the wires, both wires open, so that one was grounding out on the other, then that could cause a short. And I'm speculating. I don't know. Okay. And there's another place to build a university. Let's set up some mana siphons, and I kind of need to pay attention to how much mana we're using once the heat of the battle starts kicking in. So far, we haven't used any, but they haven't really gotten to where all our sprayers are. These Tesla coils and the Frost Palaces use mana whether enemies are around or not, but the sprayers only use mana while they're firing. And we look pretty stable. So, oh, it's starting to dip down. Might need to build more mana banks. Yeah, I think so. Let's build a couple more. Or more. Ooh, wow, that is still dipping down. We probably afford to build one more. I think I'm going to get Seance too. More poison from mortars would be good. Poisoning enemies also slows them by 5% of the poison gained. Ah, that's very tempting. I love a slowdown. You would think I worked at the DMV. But that extra money. I'm going to have to go with Creeping Cough. And can we build more haunted houses? I don't see... We don't have any great places to do it, but we can build a couple. We could build a mortar here. How much is a mortar? 1,000. No, we can't. Not right now. We got another split right here. Hopefully this will bend back this way, and then we can double up on tower. Uh-oh. This tower means that this next square will probably have a portal, so we'll want to build out the other way. We're only at level 31. It doesn't always mean that, but it tends to mean that. Let's put a poison sprayer on top of that, and then set that for shield. Ah, I did the wrong thing. I meant to bump up shield there. Oh, they're coming in! Put a frost palace right here. Don't have enough money. Once that gold hits 750. There it is. Alright, mana is pretty stable. Alright, they did not get very far. Do we have another wave coming in? Nope. Particle cannon, slightly tempting. Huh. Biplanes do more damage to shields. Tesla coils do more damage to shield. That's why I have Tesla coils, so that's a little tempting. Flamethrower is more damage to armor. I think I'm going to have to select that. The particle cannon, kind of tempting. It feels like it doesn't do that much damage. Let's go ahead and get that, so, you know, because we're showing the game, right? So, particle cannon, 1,000 gold. And I think this is, no, that's only level 2. This level 2. I kind of want to put it, there we go, there's a level 3. And it has a huge range. If we click on it, you can see that range goes all the way out to here. So, the base damage is 848 health and wow, over 1,000 on shield. So that is pretty good for a level 1 tower with a super range. I lost track of it. It's right here. So let's go ahead and bump it up a little bit. And we're going to set its priority to whatever has the most overall health. Okay, if we go here, it's probably going to be a portal, and we're only at level 31, so I don't know if I want to start dealing with portals yet. Still have 1,000. So we could do another Tesla coil right here. We could upgrade the Tesla coils we have. I really want to get a university. I could also set something up here. Yeah, let's set up a poison sprayer here. And we're going to prioritize it for shield. And give it a little bump on the shield. That last one didn't go through. Alright, let's go here. There it is. And we can build a... Wow, that guy got pretty far. And let's build a flamer right here, or right here, for that little bit of extra elevation. And we're going to prioritize armor for it. So whatever comes in its range with the most armor should switch to that target. Although whatever's in its cone will be taking damage as well. We could probably set up a few more ballistas in here. And we'll just leave them on progress for their priority. Alright, we're doing alright. We're doing alright. Some of these things, when they die, are dropping missiles. You can't see through the clouds. But as I was pointing out an hour ago, no matter how many enemies are on screen, no matter how many weapons are firing, effects are going off, the polygon rate is so, or sizes, whatever you call it, counts, are so low that the PC and the graphics card handling it smoothly. So that's one thing to like about it a lot. Poison sprayers do more health damage. Ballistas do more health damage. That wouldn't be bad. Slow cooker. Burning enemies burn faster based on how much slow they have. I think it means that they do the same amount of damage, but that countdown goes faster. So it might not be as good as it sounds, other than it gets them out of the way so the other single target towers don't have them to shoot at anymore. I think I'm going to go with the kill them with fire. No, let's, again, since we're showing off the game, let's get the encampment, which lays landmines. And where's a good place for some landmines? Probably right here. And I'm going to bump it on health. The priority here doesn't seem, I don't know how it could matter, since it puts a landmine down, whatever hits the landmine first gets the damage. So, since at this point lots of things coming through are going to still have shield and armor, bumping up just health probably is not the smart move. What I usually do with these is I put them further down the track so that if anything gets through, something that probably just has health, then it's going to do more damage to that. We still have enough money. Let's go ahead and do this, and then we're just going to crank up the health. And it's a fairly cheap upgrade if I remember right. Yeah, we're at 15, so it only goes up by 10 each round. And so right now, I think this is each landmine does 850 health. That's not bad. That should be enough to take a bat out with one or two. So again, this will make a portal. I believe this will make a portal, so let's expand this way. Alright, so the next one here will make a portal, which is kind of weird. Hopefully we can get universities soon. And let's set a mortar up on top of this hill. Mortar, mortar, mortar. And standard priority for mortars. So it's probably not going to be, they're probably going to have too many clouds here, so you can't even see what happens if something hits a mortar. But it's low health, hits a mortar. Let's set up another encampment over here. And do the same thing, pump that up to about 15 or 20. Once our gold gets up to 190. We'll have that at 20. There are achievements you can get by... Hello? There are achievements you can get by pumping up buildings. And you can actually cheat those achievements by, once the round is over, or if you get a victory especially, then you can sell everything except the thing that you want to pump up, and you have all that gold that, you know, you can max a tower out. Enchanted bolts 2, increased fire burning, no man's land, all encampments gain +1 range, which just means that they put their mines out further. I thought the mines were persistent between levels. I guess they're not, which is one more reason to not use them close to spawn points, because you want them to have time to get their mines out before the enemies get to them. Mortars do bleed damage. That's tempting. Hardened blades do armor damage. More health damage from bolts. I think I'm going to do the burn damage. Increase maximum burn per second by 30 up to 80. Alright, we've got 2,000 here. God, frost keeps there, and let's put a frost keep here. And I'm not sure how we're doing on mana production. We could probably stand one here as well. And we don't have any more tombstones out here. Nope. Let's put a poison sprayer up here. We'll set that for shield priority. And pump up the shield. Not very much, though, because we're out of money. All right, so we need to pay attention to our mana, because we've added a few mana burning towers. And I'm going to build here. And like I said, I think a portal is going to show up, but no, happy to be wrong. Happy to be wrong. I was going to say, we're only at level 34, and we only have 3 trailheads. This one has to be a portal. 2 o'clock. Set up a poison sprayer here. Prioritize shield, bump it up a little bit. Did I get this one up to 20? I did. And for this frost keep, let's go ahead and increase its damage rate. And then maybe put in another flamer. We could put a shredder in up here too. I've only built like 2 or 3 shredders. So let's put one in here. And I'm going to set it for most health, although probably doesn't matter. And bump up the health a little bit there. Oh, I guess we're done with that. Okay, Fumes 1. All poison sprayers damage the shield. This is like the main thing you want on your poison sprayers, because poison sprayers are supposed to be good at taking out shield, so every little bump up you can give them for shield damage is a plus. Overall poison damage. Or Seance 2. Yeah, we're going to get this. We got to get this. And if we're lucky, this will bend back down here, so these towers can do more. Ooh, I'm getting excited. And let's put a mortar up here. And give it a little bit of bump on each. Maybe a couple more ballistas in here. That is not going to... I guess it reaches over here, just barely, but it'll reach here pretty well, and it should reach here pretty well as well. If we take a look at our radar tower here, it's... I don't remember if I bumped it up, or if it has been self-leveling. But they're doing pretty well. Maybe we should build another one. Oh, here's a bad guy. So we need more armor damage. So let's put an armor damage here, and we're going to set the priority on this for armor. And armor up. So he's fortified and hasted, but he's also slowed, poisoned, and on fire. Yeah, and these 3 ballistas are definitely keeping him slowed. This one hasn't even started firing yet, and he's almost dead. Yeah, he's not getting anywhere. And then for some reason he got hasted and fortified, probably because he lost his shield. And he's a goner. Alright. Right, phosphorus, tempting, more bleed damage, or some bleed damage. I'm going to go with this. Nope, I'm going to go with this one. And let's open these treasures. I'm not sure how many there are. It seems like the planes do a ton of damage. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see how much they level. The faster they level up indicates the amount of damage they're doing as well. So we've had them for over 6 rounds, or 6, yeah, rounds, and they're only level 6, so I don't know. But when they do swoop in on something, it seems like while they're attacking it, that's when things are losing a lot of health. I'm not sure if that's an illusion or if they're actually doing that damage. Good to know. Oh, this is a good one. Poisoned enemies take an extra +1 shield damage from all attacks. So if they have the poison characteristic on them, then anything that's attacking them does more shield damage. That's a good one. So from not just poison sprayers, but everything that causes damage. So we're going to get that one. That one's good too. But yeah, that's just overall really strong. All right, we've got 2,400. Let's build another plane. And let's build it here. Yeah, let's build it here. Where is the plane? Looks like a radar. So it's at level 1. This one is at level 7 now, and you can see the progress. I think it upgraded on armor. And then where's the other one? Right here. Also level 7, and it's most of the way through. So it probably also upgraded on armor. So we can try to keep an eye on that. And this one we won't level up at all, just so we can try to keep track of how much damage it's doing by how quickly it's upgrading. And still no universities. Was there a... Did we already open the treasure? I think we did, because he died right here, right? And I don't see the... There's an indicator when there's treasure. All right, so let's expand. And let's put a mortar right here. And we got some mana crystals here, so let's go ahead and put some siphons on those, because that is just efficient. Our mana seems to have been stable for a while, so we could probably get away with building another obelisk or another particle cannon, a couple more flamers or poison sprayers. Yeah, I'm tempted to put a flamer right here. I don't remember how high we leveled this up, but it has not leveled itself up, I don't think. Here comes some mind flayers. Well, they were mind flayer. There's one right there. Except they're called something else. I can't remember. Like brain smacker. I don't know. Put that where I couldn't see it. Oh, Gabe, if you're still here, thanks for the encouragement on the Third Rail channel. Like I said in the Discord, you know, it may just be me shouting into the wind, but I'm kind of looking... University, I've been waiting for this. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Yeah! Mr. Jiggy's on it. First of all, this is already level 3 and a lot of progress on health, so it's doing something. All right, let's university 500 each, so we can build several of them. And when you build them, it shows 0. There are upgrades between levels where it upgrades every university, but you want to start them off with at least 1 in each thing, or at least 1 in one thing, or boost one thing a lot. I typically tend to boost one thing a lot in each university. So boom, 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 boom. And, the percentage of it actually, well, let's read what it says. It doesn't actually say anything. So what about if we go down here? There's no tooltip. But there's a chance, a 1% chance, and I'm not sure if it's over a certain period of time or per round. It seems like it's per round, that it will give you a bonus to damage for that damage type. So I'll usually take one university and get it up to 10% on shield, and another university and get it up to, or university building, and get it up to 10 on armor, another one up to 10 on health, and then get each successive university where it's up to 10 on one particular one. I usually prioritize shield. I forgot which one this is. This one is shield, right? No, I haven't done anything with it. This one is 1% everything. This one's 1% everything. So we're going to build more universities first. Almost out of money. And boom, 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 boom. And then it could be argued, successfully I imagine, that I put too much money into universities. Just like your parents. Ha ha! Oh! Ooh. All right, so we got 169 left. I'm not going to get a lot of, not out of that. But as soon as I hit expand, I'll have some more money. So is there anywhere where I feel like we need a tower? Maybe when I put something here, another mortar here would be good, I think. But a mortar is going to be 1,400. Yeah, a mortar there would be good. And we'll bump up each one. And then we'll go back to this university building. Oh, man. Don't have a lot of money. We'll come back to it. I probably should have invested in another university before I try to boost any one damage type. So this kill zone is working pretty well. Working as intended. And let's see how fast these guys' armor goes down. Yeah, it's just melting their armor. Here's another one coming in with a lot of armor. And melted. I don't see anyone with shield coming in. These guys lost all their shield before they got this far. Alright, let's build another university. And then, I think it was this one. We're pumping up the shield studies. So boom, 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 boom. That's 10. And then let's get this armor up to 10 if we can. And we'll get health up to 10 on this one. No, it's not working. Alright, so we didn't even get to see how that ended. Alright, shield damage on the flamethrowers, a little bit tempting. Shield with the planes. shield on the antimatter, but I only have one antimatter tower at the moment. So I think the thing to do here is shield on the flamethrowers, although I'd rather have it on the poison sprayers, but because we have a lot of flamethrowers, and if anything gets this far and still has shield, we need to get rid of that shield. We've got 101 gold, so let's expand. Oh, this is nice. This has come all the way back over here, so these sprayers right here are going to get an early attack on whatever's coming from this direction, which is a nice. And I don't want to jinx it, but if I'm really lucky, there'll be a space here and then a tombstone here, or here, or here, or maybe all three. All right, here we go. No! Drat. Oh, and we've got a tower here, so let's put a poison sprayer up there. And we're going to prioritize shield and bump up the shield damage on it. So we haven't been real lucky with haunted houses. Let's put another one up here. Where we haven't had any convenient... Let's watch this guy as he brings his shield into range of this sprayer and that sprayer. See how quickly it eats away his shield. Not as quickly as I'd like, but it took 2/3, if not more, out of it. And level 12, we can bump him up a little bit. And then let's see how far we can take this shield bonus up. Not very far, only to 19%. I guess that's pretty good. And our kill zone is working magic. Yeah, that's something I forgot about. A lot of these guys, when they die, they produce minions which could have their own shield. So having that extra shield reduction in the kill zone is nice. Seance 2 is tempting. We only have 606 gold, so that Seance 2 is very tempting. Crits with mortars. All towers gain plus 5% crit chance. This is a small investment with a big... every tower firing every second or so has a chance to get a crit. That's pretty good. Flamers doing shield damage. That's tempting, but I think we got to take this crit. No downside to it other than, we don't get to choose Seance 2 or White Phosphorus 2. So we're going to go ahead and take that. And let's expand here. If we're lucky, it'll bend back this way. Oh, is it my birthday? It's not my birthday. But we can put something right here. Like a poison sprayer. Alright, let's put it up here so it'll get that altitude bonus. And where's my university? Oh, so far, up here we've gained 2 health damage bonus from university research. Where's that radar? Should be right over here somewhere. There it is. So this is already up to level 5. So it's, and the earlier levels are easier to get, but it's doing a good job. Oh, there's the range marker. So let's build another one back over here. And we'll leave it at basic level as well. Alright, we're doing a good job here, taking care of business. You can't get through my gauntlet. Put another ballista up here for slow. And with this trail here, why not put another poison sprayer here. And another flamer here. And we'll prioritize armor on that one. Alright. Ran out of gold. And here comes an observer, which is basically a beholder. And then when it dies, it has eye stalks. And those do have shield. But they're... Wow. I don't think he was getting through that. So they are fast, but they're not that strong. Let's see. Would it be better to have a university with 30% in one discovery or 10% in all three? I think that what really holds you back in your list, all universities gain +3 bonus to research. I think that's what we're going to select. This HE shells is tempting. This poison damage is tempting. But yeah, we are going to get the +3 bonus to all research in all universities. So it's 3 times, all the universities that we have. And I think, what do we have? 7? 3, 6, 7, 8. 8. So cool. They all work together. So I'm pretty sure that at any one time this has... That's okay. That's what I don't know. If at any one time this university has a 23% chance, or if we add them all together so the rest of them are going to have, well, these have a little bit more, 4, don't they? No? 5 and 5. So if we add all these percentages, so this one was 23 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So if at any given time, let's say that adds up to 40, do we have a 40% chance of increasing our damage bonus? Or is it, we have a 23% chance here at any given time? Plus, I mean, it kind of works out the same way statistically. But I think if it adds all of the percentages together, and then as whatever time interval it is, or level cycling, if it has that, I think that's what it is. When the level cycles, it adds them all together, and you have that percent chance of... But I think I've seen it where I gained 2 in one level. So I'm not sure, because I could be wrong about that. First time chatter, welcome! Calazar. Okay, that was easier to pronounce than I thought it would be. Since you can get multiple upgrades after a round, I assume each is a separate roll. Okay, I think that's what I was saying, that this can go up by more than 1 per round. And I think it does calculate at the end of each round, or the beginning of each round. So I think it's probably better to have higher percentages in each one. But I don't know if, like, thought I heard something. I don't know if like this building has 4, 13, and 4, if it rolls each one, or if it rolls the highest one, and if you don't get it, then it rolls the next one. So I don't know if you can get multiple per building, or yeah, I'm not really sure what the mechanics are on that. But I think I got this up to +12 on shield on the last game I played, but I wasn't meticulous in watching when it happens. So and for me, it's just easier to keep track of putting more into one building. And if you invest in one, then it raises the cost for each one there. So in a way, it's kind of better to spread it out between buildings. It's just easier to track if you do it all in one. But cost efficiency, I'm pretty sure that if you go up one here, you should go up one here. Or, you know, if you're going to, like, say, I'll probably do this one shield, this one shield, this one shield, this one armor, this one armor, this one armor, this one armor, and this one armor, and just this one accentuate health. So now that I'm thinking about it, I am going to do it that way. Alternatively, you could just spread it across each one, but I like to get that shield damage done early, and then armor as a priority. But everything has health, so neglecting health is probably not that good for you. I think I was out of money. I don't think those are actually leveling up. I wasn't paying attention. All right, so we're going to expand here. And what's the plan? I think we're just going to see. I probably could put another mortar up here. That probably wouldn't be bad. Take advantage of this mana crystal. Which reminds me that I haven't been thinking about our mana usage. So I kind of need to pay attention and see if at any point we're in deficit spending. I'm pretty busy over here. Alright, and then coming into the gauntlet. That is working. I need to put another poison sprayer in here, I think. And I lost track. I think this is the one we just built. It's already up to level 3. Wow, how'd this guy get through? Damn, they got pretty far. Which in a way is good, because these guys probably do need to level up a little bit. Okay, we got some portals here. It may have just been that there were so many of them that the ballistas could not slow them all down. But the frost keeps should do that, right? Alright, so it looks like the worst is over. We're up to 4 HD and 1 AD now. Can I afford that? We'll worry about it later. Okay, Tesla coils do more shield. That would be kind of good. Bleed would be good. Biplanes doing shield damage. We only have 3 of them. It would be useful, but I don't know if it'd be that useful. Ballistas do poison damage. That could be good for slowing regeneration of shields. And all poison sprayers gain +1 damage to armor? I think that's what we got to do. Okay, we're obviously going to expand out this way. So we're at 4 HD and 1 AD. What happens when we click expand? Nothing! Alright. And should we put a mortar or a sprayer up here? Let's put a sprayer up here. Let's put a frost keep right over here. Here or here? I think here. That might not reach this corner, I'm not sure. And let's actually give it a little boost, because why not? Alright, here comes the onslaught. Maybe put in a few more ballistas here. For the slowdown effect. Ooh, that's a lot. I'm gonna put a wow, where am I gonna do it? I guess I'm just gonna put a sprayer here and do progress. I'll just leave it on progress. Ooh, speaking of progress. Ooh, here they come. Toe the line. Working as intended. Tempted to put another sprayer or flamethrower here. Or maybe a shredder. Actually, yeah, we got one shredder here. Let's put a shredder here. They're still pretty cheap to produce. Got. And we're at 4 plus 1. So nothing has changed during the during this battle, this round. This is up to level 5 now. This one's up to level 10. This one's also up to level 10, and this one's up to level 7. So. And we're still at 4 and 1. Alright, mortars causing bleed. Particle cannon, which we only have one. More damage to armor. Vial consumption. Poisoned enemies take an extra +1 shield damage from all attacks. So I think that's what we're going to go with. Or all towers gain +5 critical chance. Yeah, I think we're going to go with vial consumption. Because in our gauntlet, everything should have the poison effect on it. Maybe even another shredder? I think we'll expand this way. I don't know if it's going to produce a portal or not. We've still got a little bit of money. So let's up our shield a little bit. And our armor. And we're out of money. Alright, so again we're at +4 health damage, +1 armor damage, and we're gonna expand this way. I want to put a ballista, but I don't have enough money, so. Alright. No portal, that's good. And I think I'm gonna put a mortar up here if I can afford it. I can afford it, so let's do that. And maybe another frost keep right here? They cost 1,000 each. But when these guys come in, they come in fast. And I don't think there's any point in prioritizing them. It seems like they're just area of effect. I'm going to put an encampment right here just to see what happens. I'm not going to bump it up. It's at level 1. Oh, we got some trying to get through here. Ooh. They're all low health, but there's a lot of them. Maybe put another poison sprayer right here. I'll leave it on progress, but let's bump it up a little bit. This one's at level 7. I thought I did bump it up, I'm pretty sure. And these two haven't seen any enemies since we initially put them down. Excuse me. I thought these would have leveled up more. I don't know when it happened, but we gained 2 shields damage bonus. When you click expand, okay. It just didn't happen the round before because we didn't get a bonus that round. Makes it, yeah, that's kind of what I expected, but let's see, I keep forgetting to check how we're doing. 103, that should be enough, right? Could probably put down another obelisk. Lookout. I think we need, lookout! I think we need to start using lookouts. Yeah, that's our best choice. They get expensive fast. I'm going to put the first one here or here, and I'm going to leave it on progress. No stone unturned? Does that mean I have every type of tower now? Poison, shredder, obelisk. I think I do have every type of tower. I think that was the all towers. Let me see if it shows on the Steam client. Oops. That's the store. No stone unturned. Build one of each tower type in a single game. 3% of players have this achievement. Let's share that. And then watch me forget to turn it back off. So yeah, we just got that one. And then at some point, make 100 discoveries with a university. I don't know how that's possible. That's a lot of discoveries. Let's see, measure and spend 100,000 gold funding research. I believe that. I guess I'll just die there. This is interesting. The previous game I played, the paths wound in on themselves, and so there was only like 2 or 3 trailheads and they had to end in port. I think it was 2, So they open up as a portal, and then instead of having a pause at the end of each round, you still get the option to choose a card, but the next wave is already coming in. So that's, I guess I'll just die then. And, still won, but I was lucky in that I had a lot of wind backs, so I had a really good. The enemies had a lot of exposure leading up to the major gauntlet, and then the gauntlet worked pretty well as well. Bastion increased tower health to 40 plus. That was my kids, because I don't put that much effort into the tower health. Yeah, my two youngest boys love this game, and they'll forget about it next week probably. But so we're going to expand here. We have 100 gold. I guess that's all we can do. Let's check progress on this. This is up to level 8. It was level 7. We're currently at 412. This is the one we most recently built, already up to level 6. Good deal, good deal. And so we just have the one. It's on progress. So anything, whatever is farthest along on this trail will be targeted for extra damage. I kind of need to bump these up. And it just adds a multiplier to whatever else is attacking it. As far as I understand, I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So let's leave that open. We'll expand here. Yeah, there's a portal. And we were already getting these heavy bosses coming out. So let's bump this up. And then I'm also going to build at least 2 more towers in the same vicinity. One of them I'm going to have target whoever has the most shield. And then I'm going to build another one. And whoever has the most armor will be targeted. And then I should probably do one whoever has the most health, right? That way we'll have potentially 4 different it's kind of hard to see. There'll be like a little red crosshair. Yeah, that is noisy in there. It's like a little circle. By the time I point to it, it's already gone. And then I should build a couple more towers, lookouts along here. But I mean, they have such a long range. It looks like about 8 or 10 squares. And they get expensive fast. So if I put one here, because I don't want to block that just in case. Another one here, or here, or here. And then here. And how are we doing on gold? We're doing great on gold. So that, does that even reach this circle? It does. And we can do one here. And then do, again, am I out of gold? One that focuses shield. One that focuses armor. Now who's out of gold? Is there a game going on over here somewhere? I'm going to go ahead and build that one here. Nope, I'm not. I'm not. Alright. All mortars gain +5 range. That's pretty good. More range for the biplanes. I don't think I need it, could be good, but I don't think I need it. Lookouts gain +1 damage to armor. Flamers gain damage to armor. Okay, yeah, we want that. Ballistas get +25% poison damage. That's kind of good. And crit. So I think we're going to get this one, the nitric acid. And we're at 5 HD, 1 AD, and 2 SD. So we'll see what happens. Well, where are we going to expand? We can't expand that way. So I guess we'll expand this way. And so 5, 1, 2. And we go to 8, 1, 3. Nice. Alright, now I wanted to do that lookout tower down here. Wow, I spent a lot of money, didn't I? Waiting for that 1500. Boom, there it is. And we will prioritize armor and bump armor a couple bumps. Bump a bump. So this one, if there's anyone over here, it's going to prioritize farther progress down the line. These are just going to be whoever has the most armor and shield. Oh, look at my mana, it's dropping. So we need to build some mana banks. Luckily we have that kind of money. Wow. We are using so much mana. Might need to build some haunted houses. I don't think that's a good... I think we already investigated this, and yeah, that's not a good spot. But we can build one here. And of course these use mana, but... I think we're okay. Anything happen while I was wandering around the map? Alright, we're at level 44, so the next one is going to be... I think the next one is going to be the last level. Yeah, it is. And which is why we got a portal here. So we only have one place we can expand, which is here. So we're going to get a portal here. Alright, what are we going to use for our last one? Tesla coils. All frost keeps do +1 shield damage. Crits deal 10% of the target's current poison as extra poison damage. Yeah, this is going to end just about the right time, too. Mortars gain +5 range. That's tempting. And then I don't know what our crit percentage is. Alright, +5 crit, +5 crit, +5. So it's just +5 for everything. So crits deal 10% of the target's current poison as extra poison damage. That's good, but not great. It depends on how many crits are landing on any given target. I'm going to say not enough. But I don't really want mana bolts, don't really want that. So I'm going to... The conductive snow is slightly tempting, but I think I'm going to go with the long range... No, I'm not. I'm going to go with the conductive snow. Oh, man, this is a hard choice. I'm still not sure. I even took neuroeconomics, and I still don't know why I can't make up my mind. The mortars. I'm going to go with the mortars. All right, we're at 23.55. There's no point in investing more. Well, actually, at this very moment, this is the last time to invest in universities. 24, 14, and 12. So let's just put it all in these two. And let's go, boys! Victory or death. That's a good mortar. It's only up to level 11, but it's hitting pretty hard. See, here's a guy with the lookout tower target marker. Oh, man! Oh! He thought he was getting somewhere, but he was wrong. Yeah, that's why I love being able to attack early on the path as well as later in the path. Double duty. Extra bite at the apple. Let's put in a particle cannon. And let's crank it up. And let's set it for whoever has the most, because we're going to have a big boss this round. Let's go out and see if we can find him. He's going to look like a brain. He's probably going to be on the longest path. No, this... I don't see... Oh, there he is. So we already got through almost all of his shield, but he'll be regenerating his shield as soon as the poison wears off. Although he might be back in range of another poisoner. I can't tell if his... It doesn't look like his shield regenerated. Well, his poison hasn't gone away, so it couldn't. So spreading these poison sprayers out has worked for him, since he has the most shield. But now he's not the priority, since other mobs have more shield than he does, or can have more shield. Did anyone squeak through? Did anyone remember that we have more path over here? Yeah, I like setting that gauntlet up right after the first trail split. Or before. Depends on how you want to look at it. Alright. As these observers, or beholders, whatever you want to call them, die, they're gonna... eye stalks are gonna come out. Yep. Alright. Big brain Oogie. He still has most of his armor. And I think he's the last... I think he's the last mob, so everything will be firing at him now. They are eating away at that armor. He's in particle cannon range. Uh-oh, he got fortified and hasted. But he's also slowed, which means he dropped some minions. But I think these are the last minions that he's going to drop. Which, it's good that he dropped them before the gauntlet, rather than late in the gauntlet. So now it's just... eat the Oogie. Eat the Oogie! And... victory is ours. After that last upgrade, we only got 4 on the shield, and I think we were already had 8 on the health bonus. So, did I spend too much on universities? In this case, I can argue that I did, because I did not get a very good return. But still, that 8 health probably helped quite a bit with all the minions. All right, how did we do? Well, rather, how did our towers do? Whoa, sorry about that. Yeah, that does answer. I'm so bad at looking at chat sometimes. So, Ballista. Well, what did the most health damage? Probably Mortars. Oh, no. Poison Sprayer with 5 million damage on health. What about armor? Looks like Mortar. Yeah, at 3 million. And then shield, Poison Sprayer. Yeah, with almost 4.5 million. But Mortars, right across the board did pretty well. Did a total of 10 million damage. Poison Sprayers did a total of 12 million. And then damage over time. Interesting. So our bleeds, our poisons, and our fires did 10 million to health. That's impressive. 3 million to armor and 5 million to shields, for a total of 20 million. And then for cost effectiveness, damage per gold, it's probably going to be Mortars. Although, yep, Mortars at 695 damage per gold. And yeah, the Poison Sprayer was 373. The Flamethrower was 273. We did build a lot of them. So, but I mean, we built a lot of Mortars as well. It'd be nice if it showed the count of each one. So Mortars, very cost efficient. We probably have more Poison Sprayers than Mortars, although we have no Poison Sprayers back here, and we got 5, 6 Mortars right there. And then Poison Sprayers are just more expensive starting off. So, it's a tower defense game. What do you want? It does what it says, and it does it pretty smoothly, Is it because the graphics are so low, or is there some other reason? It runs... Did you guys see any stutters in performance? It was smooth, right? And then we did single path. With double path, it immediately starts with 2, triple, 3. So you don't get that same ability to manage a really good choke point gauntlet like we do here. If you're lucky with a double or triple path, they will wind around each other so you have overlapping areas. But with that divergence, you don't have one stretch that you can invest heavily into. So that makes the double and the triple a lot harder. I've only played double once, did not win. But something else to keep in mind is that you don't start off with all of your upgrades. You have to you have to spend the XP that you earn by battling to unlock each card that you then have a chance to draw during the game. And I suppose if you know that you want to focus on Mortars and sprayers and throwers, that for other towers, other defenses that you don't get the upgrades for, that you're not going to use, because you're only going to be able to draw about 50 to 55 times, because you can draw from the treasure chests from the different Oogie bosses, and those range from 1 to 3 treasure chests per drop. So if you're only going to be able to, I can't even pull out all the way, if you're only going to be able to get let's call it 55 upgrades, and some of those are just going to be unlocking the tower so that you can use the tower. Then, but it also has the branching path, so that like you can't get advanced ballistics unless you unlock broadhead bolts, unless you unlock broadhead bolts 2, unless you unlock during the progress of the battle. So if this comes up and you don't choose it, then you're not going to get anything else coming up. But again, with all the different tower types and you only get 6 cards at a time, that's if, oh my goodness, where is it? Draw. So you get draw frequency and draw card. So initially I think you only start with 3 cards per draw, and then you can get an additional one, and they only come like every 4 rounds, and then you can change that to upgrade to 2 rounds. So having your upgrades out of the way it does make it easier. But even with all these unlocked, I still have a hard time, or had a hard time the one time I tried double path. Anyway, yeah, there's my alarm telling me you got to pick that baby up from the bus stop. My first grader is going to be here, and well, it's always late, so I can't say that. All right, after we pick him up, I am probably going to do an hour or 2 of World of Tanks, so that will be in about half an hour to an hour. So much depends on so much. So we'll see then. But you guys know where to click if you want to find the channel, if you want to help someone else find the channel, and it's not too hard to figure out how to help the channel out financially. It's always more fun when you're here. Calazar, Mr. Jiggy, Gabe. Haven't seen Gabe in a while. It's good to see Gabe. St. Jams Kiefer, who hopefully is sleeping now. Zig, it's good to talk to you guys. It's always more fun when you're here. Hope to see you guys next time. It's cool to be a lurker. Cool to be a chatter. Until then, be well, right? We'll see you. Oh, also, if you're watching on YouTube, comments, right? Thoughts? What did I do wrong? What did I do right? Have any questions about the game? I don't have all the answers, but I'll try to help. All right, Mr. Jiggy, good to see you. I guess I said it all. See you guys.